Okay.
We're back. Sorry about that.
We are back. Hopefully that sounds better.
Brent will be here. Brent will be back in a second. I'll text him and then sorry about that. Whenever Alan leaves production, to me, it always gets screwed up. So there you have it.
No, that's not true.
We'll blame me.
We were just picking up another mic, and we're going to give you guys a few minutes.
Nobody's in here. There's one person in here.
Yeah, we're going to give everybody a few minutes to catch up and to get the new link. Hopefully you guys got that. And it looks like some people are coming in.
Sorry about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thankfully, everybody's more tech savvy than we are. And
we lost 50 people. That's too bad.
Where's the B-man? No, they'll catch up.
I'll have to text him. Shoot.
Okay, guys. So let's get this party started. Nice. Kevin's in. Larry Smith. Hey, hey.
Oh, there he is. See him.
Wood is back.
Whoops. Okay, there he is. Fingers crossed. I can hear him. There he is.
Can you hear us? 5 by 5.
Sorry about that, everybody. We're back. Let's see. Hopefully we have some of the old people that were already here. Jello Squeeze. Sorry about that. Kaleidoscope Eyes. Brent. Craig Mile. Nikki. Ron. Larry. Kevin. Conscious Contact. Nice. Connor. Jurgen. Lee. Wooder. Vorster. Hang on. It skipped on me. Kevin Henson, Timo, Chase, Larry, Motion, FP,
hello,
Kevin.
You are live back with the
crew.
No, it's doing it.
No, that was me. You guys are fine.
We need to turn all of our stuff off.
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway,
I'm just gonna turn my phone.
Now that everybody's back with us, good to have everybody. Sorry about the rough start. We'll make up for it somehow with
questions,
humor.
You guys, are we streaming on YouTube right now? That's what I was checking. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So that's where the double feed is coming from. Cool.
Chris, Diana. I thought it was me again. I'm like, oh no, Alchemist.
Okay,
Jeet, hey, still one, and Jesse Kabasa. Everybody, all the 40 that are here, thank you for everybody that came back. Yeah. And I'm going to start starring comments. You and Brent take it away.
All right.
Yeah, I really want to address something that everybody, in particular the XRP crowd, is really kind of familiar with this morning. We have the big X announcement. I don't know if everybody heard this. Mr. Elon Musk came out and tweeted that he's going to change the entire format. He's changing the name of Twitter to X, which is interesting. He's also going to pay content providers that have channels like this one and many other channels, or even people who post even a comment in some way going forward. I don't know all the details yet. I've been digging around on it this morning. I can't find everything, but even people who comment, like, and all that is going to get paid. And this is what we've been talking about. Brent and I have been talking about this level of the future of social media coming to all of us. Is Elon the savior? No, I don't know whether he is or not, but at least he's getting a forum, and he's going to open it up to anybody who comments gets paid. And I've always said this, and we've always done shows about I've done 2 or 3 shows on this subject. I've always believed the people watching should get 1/3. The people creating the content should get 1/3. And the company that puts it forward, in this case would be now X, should get 1/3. And that way we have a true social media to where everybody thrives off of everyone. So I want to start with that. And we are going to put a link at the end of the video to where I want everybody in here to watch that video. It's really huge. It's something that Sean sent me, a guy I met in Las Vegas, who's an XRP Army member. And he sent me this video 2 or 3 months ago. and we're going to put a link to it. It's really interesting. It goes all the way back to like 2008, where Elon was talking about X money and how he was going to implement it, how it was going to work with PayPal, and how it was going to work with Ripple. So very interesting video. I know many of you may have seen the video, but if you haven't, it's really well done. So I just want to start with that to get everybody warmed up on that. Brent, what do you think about all that?
I think it's incredible. It is something that we've talked about since the beginning. I first heard you say it. And, you know, when we first started looking at basic attention token and Lolly and all these other projects that are really trying to give incentive back out to the people to use crypto or to use social media or to just logically, you would think that would be just a great business practice for these companies anyway. It would bring, you know, a whole new group of people who are like, well, I already watch YouTube. I already do all this stuff. Like, I'm on here anyway.
Yeah.
I love my crew. I'm supporting them, and I'm going to get a kickback. Like, that is some real incentive to get people onto Twitter and to X. And that's pretty cool that they're naming that. I think that's a neat name, especially after the story you told me, Dad, on kind of the Ford Motor Company and the creation of digital money and those ideas back in the day, and how that's all tied into that letter is so interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really neat stuff. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about for, I don't know, 5 years at least, right?
Yeah. So
it's happening.
That is awesome.
What do you think about all that, Elizabeth? Social media side of it all?
You know my feeling about it.
Okay. Well, they don't. I might.
I'm not. Yeah. You're the Mary Poppins show. I'm not the Mary Poppins show.
Okay.
Brent knows that.
No Mary Poppins.
Yeah, I love it.
It's Sunday. I'm not gonna rain on people's parade.
Yeah.
But yeah, if Elon wants to compete, go for it. He can do his thing.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't really care.
I know, but don't you think it's a good incentive for people to watch more video and then they get paid?
I guess. Yeah.
They're the ones that have to sit through the commercials, right?
So there's no commercials?
No. If whatever is commercialized or whatever proceeds he would take in, he would split the percentage of it with each person who watches, or maybe comments or likes or the hours they watch, or
so it's just not taking as big a cut of the commercials as YouTube.
Yes.
But people skip through the commercials anyway.
Well, now there'll be an incentive to watch the commercial because you'll get a kickback. You'll get a paycheck at the end of the month, which is going to be interesting.
Well,
there's a lot to work out on it.
I'll give you a way in when it's launched.
Yeah.
And I'll let you know.
I'll push back on it a little bit. I think it's just like using crypto or any other tool. Like, don't go quit your day job and just sit around and watch YouTube videos. You know, like that's not it.
Play video games.
I've looked at doing that, especially in crypto and, you know, all these different, you know, tools that we have and all these little economic instruments that are going to exist in blockchain, you know, how to just make a side living, side hustle off of it. And is that check going to be valuable enough for you to be sitting around on your computer all day long or in all of your free time away from work?
Yeah.
Maybe it might not be worth the squeeze to do that, but still nice to get incentivized in any form.
I think it's probably, I think it's probably going to be the best pinpoint marketing. I don't even give it off the top of my head. Let's just say your YouTube channel, or your, in this case, X channel or X content that you would provide is about you driving your Porsche around the neighborhood or whatever it might be, right? Well, what's a better place for Porsche to advertise or incentivize the people who are Porsche enthusiasts. You know, it's pinpointing marketing. And in other words, I don't have to, I'm whatever, you're a Ferrari guy. I don't want to sit through a Porsche commercial. That's really not my thing. Or I don't eat McDonald's, or I do eat McDonald's, and I want to watch the McDonald's videos because it makes sense to me and I'm going to get a kickback, and then they can directly market to me because I happen to like Big Macs or whatever the deal might be. It just makes a lot more sense. So we don't all, like, whoever does even watch or eat McDonald's or drive Porsches doesn't have to sit through it because it's not even your market, not your place. Anyway, I think it's really a cool future concept, and we'll have to see where it all goes. Do we have any questions?
Oh, we got all kinds of stuff going on
Good
here.
point, Dad.
First and foremost, train wreck stream. I agree. I take full responsibility for that one. It's all me.
Train wreck
On me.
stream is exactly what we're going to call our next intro.
We should have been
a train wreck.
Train wreck stream channel.
Yes.
Staple Crew is a little boring. A
Train
little
wreck Sundays.
But you have to
Yes.
understand, I'll tell them a little backstory.
We're not even hungover.
For
I mean,
Alan and Brent and I, when they started the channel and they would, ask me my opinion, they didn't really want my opinion. I would just constantly tell them, just put the frickin' show up and quit fucking around. And that, Brent's nodding, right?
Great advice.
Yeah.
They ignored me
Excellent.
for a while.
Advice.
And I just said, so it's on me. I'm the one that says, screw it, just wing it. It's a lawyer thing. Don't worry about it.
Uh-huh.
Don't get worked up about it. Nobody cares except for Brent and Alan. But anyway, let's go. We're rolling. And the guy that said we have a train wreck. But I kind of like that for a podcast name. The train wreck Sunday.
yeah.
Sunday train wreck live stream.
Love
Something
the
like
train
that.
wreck comment.
Come on. I'm
Hopefully
doing
you
it.
guys turn the volume down on that.
I'm using it. Okay.
Man, I was loving on Ron earlier. Much
Sorry
love
about
to you,
that.
Ron.
Let's love on some Ron now. Ron's first come, first serve. If you saw the initial post before I had to scramble to get it up and going. For those of us that are disappointed in the price of XRP, expecting $2, please help me be patient. Why isn't it at $2? And I want to say, I think Zach's had a show maybe, and or a clip or a 60-second thing. And I thought it was a really nice reminder that markets don't work like that. And I think we talked about it last time as well. You don't go 0 to 100 grand. It goes up and down. You call it Elliott waves, Fibonacci's, moving averages, bouncing back, support, resistance, up, down, all around.
Exactly.
First of all, I have to say I love the name Ron Wood. You gotta just love it. Those of you who don't know, Ron Wood is the guitarist of the Rolling Stones. Other than Keith Richards.
Is this him?
Is this the same guy?
Let's hope.
Yeah. Somebody asked him that in the comments. We should look for that.
The deal is this. It went up 70%, guys. And 70% require, it forms what's called exhaustion. And you got to remember, you have people trading on both sides of the trade. So people are like, oh, I see it stalling. I see it losing momentum. I'm going to short it. So they're taking the short, right? Not everybody's just buying XRP and holding on to it forever. People are trading on a 5-minute chart or a 1-hour chart. And they're saying, okay, it's more likely to go down. I can make money when it goes down now. So now there's downward momentum pressure. And that happens intraday or day trading. And all of that is a good thing. Believe it or not, I don't know if you've ever noticed, when things go straight up for a period of time, they crash like bad. That's when you know the bull market's done, is when you go into that parabolic move that's just straight up. You don't want that. You want to go boom, settle back down, boom, settle back down, and just keep climbing the peak. So
Right. Building support.
Building support.
And,
Yeah.
and Lee Sen says, sorry, Brent, you're next.
Mhm.
It is on sale if you ask me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how I feel.
Okay. And that was Lee Sains.
I
Go for it,
literally
Brent.
had it pulled up on my phone. See if I can show it to you guys. So to kind of get Dad's point here too, this is
Oh,
just the
boy.
1 month chart. So you get that big straight up, but then you have the correction.
Yep.
And I don't know nearly as much as my dad does about how that works, but I do know that it is healthy. And
It's got a massive,
stability
so
and
what Brent
corrections are
showed
good.
from Connie M, Connor M, sorry.
Yeah.
We're Connor, I think it's a fluid thing now. It's got a massive bull flag macro bull indicator, and that I think is matches what Brent just put up on screen.
So if you could look at Brent's screen there again, what you don't want to see now is you don't want to see it go below the lowest point on any one of those. And as long as it doesn't do that, of that new top shelf it's created, it's still in a bowl. I mean, it's still going crazy. You don't want it to see, you don't want to see 69, 68 cents. Would not be good. So until then, it's still very strong. And anyway, in trading terms, it's in an upward trend and it's trending long. So
Ben Gallardo, just for those that are new, and then I'm turning it back to Brent, and then I'm going to go get the Bruno because he's crying. But anybody who's new, all questions are starred, and I try to do them as a first come, first serve basis. You don't have to repost the comment. You do have to have some patience, though. So hang tight on that. That's just if you come all the time, you'll know that that's what we do. And I get to as many as I can within an hour and a half, but we all chit chat a lot. Okay. And go for it, Brent.
Where was I going with that?
Alan had just said.
We'll come back to it.
Okay. You'll think of it.
Let's go to the next question, maybe.
Okay. Sorry.
Since there's
going for
60 of them.
It's fine.
Oh, there's a lot of questions. Okay. Those 15 questions. Is FLR a good buy?
FLR.
That's a really good question. We were airdropped Flare tokens. That's what he's talking about, right? Flare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So is that FLR? Yeah. So a good buy.
We can always, if we don't know the questions and I spring it on Alan, it's something that Brent loves. Oftentimes when Brent's here, he's writing notes and thinking of things to talk about Alan with.
Let me go on Flare for a second. This is the point I was going to say a minute ago is for these streams, and not just for our purposes to answer your questions, but if you guys want to know more about another crypto or a company or somebody that a crew member brings up, I use Masari.io. I think it's just a really great basic overview of their history, their markets, who's running the company, what their product does, what their blockchain's all about. So I'll be looking at that, trying to answer these. Every time I look at Flare, I'm bullish, but I don't know about an investment, so I'd have to look further into that. But I as a project,
I like everything they're gonna do. The thing that kind of turned me off, and now I'm talking months ago now, right, guys? What kind of turned me off is they made all these promises when they first came out. And I know there's been this trial and it's been a whole big hang up and everybody's been confused by the whole thing. But they made a lot of promises and then they just went dark. And it was like for the longest time, I couldn't get any info at all. So I really lost interest. That doesn't mean you shouldn't look into it because there's impossible for me to know anything about even the top 100 coins. to the detail that you guys can know by yourself. So if you like it, go with it. I don't own any more than we were airdropped a bunch, because if you owned XRP before
I didn't get
2020,
one single FLR.
we will.
No,
We will.
yeah, that's right.
If you owned it before 2020, the court case,
Your flares coming, Vern.
you're airdropped.
I had a rough week, Brent. It was a little brutal.
Oh man, I'm sorry.
5 days straight. And it was just like, why did I get the worst of the worst this time around? But anyway, it's fine.
I love you. Sorry to hear that.
Oh no, it's okay. It was fine. It was like the first thing on Friday or Thursday, the client, he's like, "You're fired." And I was like, "Okay." And then he tripped my trigger and I started a little name calling. And then he told the commissioners I called them names, and
But the name fits. So
then he said the name that I called him. So the commissioners are like, "Okay, so we're probably going to grant that motion to be relieved as counsel. And we promise we won't tell on you." But anyway, okay, I'm all around the block here with the questions. Hello from Scurry, Texas. Is that close to Texarkana? That's the only thing we know. That's where we got our golden. That was from Charles, I think. Larry Smith. For a 5K XDC or XRP ? Assuming a sizable stance in XRP already.
I want to read the white papers and go down the whole 5-year chart angles now, especially after the conversations I had with you this week, Dad. You know,
there's a lot going on, guys.
Like thousands of dollars just isn't like insane to me like it once was. It's not like no way.
It's not.
No, it's not. There's so much institutional money and
I don't know if you guys have seen
markets that people like us don't even know about, and there's going to be a lot of usage and flooding into this.
I don't know if you guys noticed, XTC had probably its best week it's maybe ever had this week, or I shouldn't say week, in the last few days. It's been ballistic. It's a coin that I've loved for a very, very long time, and it's, in my opinion, going to be a buy and hold. And I believe it went from like 4 cents to 5 cents this week, which is a huge move, right? So I love the coin. I love the project. Everything I read keeps showing up XDC all over it. And I've been doing that for a year, almost 2 years. Every document I read has XDC network in it somewhere. And that just tells me everything I need to know. And it's an incredible buy. So yes, if you have a ton of XRP and you don't have any XDC, I would definitely.
We're not telling anybody to buy anything. Alan might buy it.
I would definitely.
I will definitely buy it myself.
If I would personally, if you believe that the XRP network is going places, and it's going to run on its own rails, and it's going to do business with other banking systems, and their systems are going to run on multiple systems, XDC is something that you're probably going to want to look into seriously. How's that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good.
All right. And then San Antonio, hello. 26th of August, massive move according to OSW.
And I'm assuming that's XDC?
No, this was at 1249. So just in case everybody's, when you post comments, if you're following through on a comment, just in case they get out of order, pronouns, don't use them. It'll help a girl out. Okay. If you need to figure this out, because I have to guess, and then time-wise, and I try to get to the follow-up questions, but it gets tricky because it gets rolling. Like there's 10 new comments. I'm going to do this one from Alan. Bernard B wants to hear about the story about the guy you helped with the car and he was a broker.
Oh, that was in the video this morning.
You promised them that you would tell them.
I know, but I was going to do a video about it.
Okay, we're going to do a video about it.
I will.
Bernard, you're getting your own video
I
just
promise.
for you. Okay.
Bernard, I promise I will.
Ben
You'll love it,
Gallardo
too.
Cask, KAS. Would you consider covering CASPA Forex during bear market?
I looked at that coin last night again. It's going absolutely ballistic. I don't know enough about it. I really don't, to tell anybody what, other than I spent an hour looking into the project and who's working on what. And I just scratched the surface on it. So I'm not going to say yay or nay, but the entire damn world is buying that coin right now. Its volume is through the roof. And I don't know whether it's a pump and dump. I have no idea. It could be. I'm just saying I don't own it and I don't know enough about it to even tell the crew members, hey, yeah, you should really look into this project.
Yeah.
There's another coin that people keep blowing me up too. It's XPL. No, XPR. XPR. I looked into that again last night. That coin, in my opinion, is such a small cap coin that I don't play in that realm much anymore. I like to make sure that there's a market for them and a liquidity pool to where you can actually get in and out of those coins. Because when the pool dries up and everyone's pumped and dumped and you're sitting there with a coin and it goes to zero and it's worthless. So I'm trying to avoid those. I think there's enough coins in the top 100 that we can change our
just
monetary.
To follow up on that, Ben Gallardo says, CASPA, check
Yes.
out the tech. It's Bitcoin being recreated. The plan was in place when Bitcoin was created.
Correct. Yes. That's what I read last night.
Interesting.
And that remember, Bitcoin has had what, 3-4 hard forks now, right? So what CASPA basically was before it hard forked ever. Okay. Sort of like Ethereum Classic, if you will. Yeah. That's what I was reading about it last night.
All right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
But
there's wrapped CASPA. I gotta look into that one. Never heard of it in my life.
You're writing it down?
And you can mine it too, right?
Oh, wow. Excuse me. Twitter used to have a donate XRP button years back, I'm told. And that was probably with the discussion of Elon and all that.
That's cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sometimes we're just
I know Red used to do that too, right?
giving you the cred here, street cred by posting. Okay. Whoops, sorry. I'm on the wrong list. Chase. Mary Poppins was a vicious anti-Semite. I don't use it. I don't clue, Chase. I use it as an endearing comment about Alan, that Mary Poppins came in to rehabilitate a dysfunctional family. So that's the only reason I say that. I just say I call him Pollyanna, singing Kumbaya. I mean, you name it. You wanted tips on how to make a marriage last, so I'm giving them to you. Now, that was last show. Next, why they have to use XRP? They can easily create similar blockchain like XRP and use it.
You want
It
that one?
exists. It exists. You guys just have to obtain it and use it. There's thousands of them.
Yeah.
Thousands.
Well, let me get
Not
a
quite
little.
like XRP, but
Well, let's just say this. Their chain's been running longer than any other coin like it, like a lot longer, with never even a glitch or even a problem. There are now over 40 countries who are currently already signed on. I just read a list the other day of over 60 of the top 60 banks in the world have already inked the deal with the coin. So I don't know. Do you want to fight City Hall or do you want to make some money? That's my question.
yeah.
I mean, you could pick a different coin and maybe they would never even get in one bank store. And we already have a coin that's in hundreds of banks. So, and it's 70 cents.
I wanted to fight City Hall the first 36 years of my life. I'm 37 now. You know, I got to learn from my stepmother, the defensive attorney, you know, for, you know, people like us, you know, who just need help. And we've been the losers for so long that it would be nice to make a little money.
I think the New Testament says it well. Be in the world, not of it, and render unto Caesar's what's Caesar's. Just give him whatever he wants. Just take it. You'll be fine.
Wow, we have 138 in here.
Go for it, Alan.
After the
what's up, crew?
Yeah, man, that's awesome.
Just like and subscribe, please.
I thought that would be
helps
five
to help Alan out here.
Yeah, I thought there'd be 5 people after the mayhem in the beginning there.
I don't help. We lost 50 viewers, but that's okay.
Yeah. They're all back.
They're all back. Sorry, Vern. Okay. Hopefully I'm catching all your comments. It's unlikely we'll get to 33. Bernard B. Done. Connor. He's got a big wallet full of XRP. I don't know who the he is. Recently shared a podcast episode talking about XRP. I've also seen him comment on Ripple Riddler's post. Connor, the he is, if you can quickly post it.
He's got a big wallet. Are you talking about, you might be talking about Elon.
Elon. Oh, okay. He probably is he. Okay.
Yeah.
We're going back to grade school for the pronouns. Help me with the pronouns. Okay. What do you think? If it is Elon he's talking about, what do you think?
Well, I think you guys should, I would say that's probably accurate.
Okay.
I don't think he needs to get rich. He's not trying to get rich by buying a bunch of coins. I think he understood how good the technology was behind it early on, and maybe even have helped create a bunch of it. And that video that we're going to link below this really explains a lot of that, the early days of X money. So
for someone like him who obtains companies and builds companies, you better be looking at it.
Right.
You got to stay relevant.
And there's theories out there, in particular with the army, that's why he's not so big on Bitcoin, although he owns a bunch of Bitcoin. That's another thing I said the other day, and I kind of got a lot of flack for it, but it's true.
What'd you get flack for?
You have to, the XRP army always, not all of them, but a lot of them bash on Bitcoin. And I get it. It's a game thing, and we're all strategizing, trying to figure out the best one. But I have to remind you guys, Mr. Schultz, okay, all of the top people in Ripple all own Bitcoin.
That's right.
I mean, all of them. Jeremy Hogan. I mean, all of these guys own Bitcoin. And it's not because they think that it's going to zero. And they don't think, I mean, there's a lot of content providers that bash on Bitcoin, and that's how they kind of made their mark. And they might be right. It might go to zero one day. But there's 3.3 billion people who have access to use of it. And that's huge. And that's really why it was created. And I know we don't know who created it. I know. And it probably was the NII.
It could be a big sign-off and all the rest of it.
Right. Yeah. I made a comment the other day. Somebody said, well, you don't know who created Bitcoin, so how can you support it? I don't know who created the internet. What else do you need to know? Right? Do you use it every day? Yeah, you do. Okay. So let's stop the bashing, and let's just, what coin you like is the one you ought to run with.
Yeah, this channel is especially, we're not here to divide and conquer.
No.
100. Brent is at the top of that. No divide and conquer rule. Then Alan, and I'm sort of, I say my divisive shit, but whatever. That's it.
And if I only had 10 grand, Yeah. And
Pretty
if I only
nuts.
had 10 grand, I would not buy any Bitcoin. I'd probably put it all in 5 other coins. That's what I would do. So
BTC
yeah.
is a digital gold not going anywhere soon. XRP is the neo on this crypto matrix. And other nomad, you got a bump. You got a shameless bump from the discretionary producer of the show, or whatever you call it today. I don't know what I am, but
We-
I'm the.
You're doing
We
great,
are
man.
I don't mean to bump people.
We are forming in this crew a open Cardano sleeps with XRP member gang here. Okay. Wait, like enough of the bashing of the other guy. It's just stepping on another human being to get a little higher in the world is not at all cool.
We're not doing that.
We're not doing
worthless.
that.
I
Worthless.
Three
said
of
it
us,
on our
I
last
think we do a
show,
good job. Yeah.
and it was like I was romantic about Cardano, and I know my dad was too, and
Still am.
he got me into it, and I'm glad he did, because it was one of those things. It was like, oh wow, I like this a lot more than I like Ethereum. And then, I was that Bitcoin guy, and I wouldn't look at XRP, and I was like, well, the ICO and all the, and it seems like that kind of coin. And no, you need to just start researching it. You just start being open-minded, and don't divide yourself from the whole. Just don't do it.
Okay.
We got too much to learn here, everybody.
Yeah.
Just go with it. Can we just be kind and just be loving and stop all this, just this negative shit? And it's like, wow. Unless it's me. I can do the negative.
So many great comments that aren't even questions. They're just great comments in the thing. Thanks, guys. You guys are awesome.
Yeah, very kind.
Love it.
99% kind here. Okay. Maybe 99.9. Okay. Where am I? What am I doing? Larry XDC is a great token at the current price. Many partnerships. Okay.
Yes. Great statement right there.
And Bernard, can you tell me if XRP price is higher in the burn rate lower? Is the burn rate lower? Homie.
Wait a minute. So is he asking it once the price goes higher, the burn rate accelerates? Is that what he's saying?
Not sure. You want to clarify, homie? And then I'll interrupt.
I don't believe that's true.
Interrupt.
I don't know, but I've never heard that before. So I don't think so. I think it's all on transactions.
Yeah. Thanks for all the nice comments about the show. We really are three. We're just a family of three. Well, Brent's got some extra stuff, but on his end of things, just talking out of our ass most of the time. And it's nobody's scripting, putting it up, blah, blah, blah.
Speak for yourself.
Well, Alan scripts his stuff. You can tell I don't script my stuff. Go for it, Brent.
I wanted to comment back to Ben on something. He was talking about Cass has solved the trilemma. That means something to me, bro, and I'm going to look into that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No taking comments out of order, Brent.
One that I hadn't heard, and I want to get to that coin and check it out for us so we can talk about it.
Sith Lord, are you reconsidering? No, just joking.
Love me some SIP, by the way.
To the crew, remember, there are no XRP airdrops and there's no XRP staking. These are scams. Protect your crypto and your keys.
Yes.
Good message.
Thanks,
brother.
And there's so much of it.
Or a mother. I don't know. Whatever. A Sith Lord could be a female.
I have some firsthand experience on this. Our channel, we were heavy bots in the beginning, but in the last few months, there hasn't been any bots in the comments section. And then last Thursday, go figure, 2 Thursdays ago now, right when the case came out, the bots just piled back in on our comments section. So Sith, the perfect comment. Thank you so much for thinking of others. And I want to say this, and Brent and Elizabeth will back me up on this. we will never, ever ask you for anything other
Right.
than like and subscribe.
Mhm.
That's it.
Donate to Patreon.
Well, yeah, if you want to join our Patreon, that's up to you guys. But we're not in LinkedIn. I'm not gonna ask you, and don't ever, if somebody ever asks you for one XRP to give you another dozen, don't go for it. Just
I have
simple.
done that. Guilty. So
We've all done
live and
something
learn,
stupid.
right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Live and
yeah.
learn. And
I
we bought
will
some shitty coins
personally
as
never
well.
come at you on some social media platform with my name on it, trying
Right.
to get you to invest in something.
Yeah.
Some YouTubers that I love and have followed, crypto YouTubers that I've followed since the beginning, have had so many malicious spam accounts
Yeah,
just
okay.
jump out
Yeah.
at me because I responded once and I thought it
Wow.
was them and it wasn't them. So
Yeah.
just come at us here, you guys, and through our website, and we can answer your emails, and we'll get together in these seminars, and it'll be great.
If
And
you
we'll
really
share.
Yeah.
want to ask questions that are genuinely, you'll know it's us responding, then that's on Patreon. That's the only way you can really do it
Or on video.
on video.
Like this.
If you're asking me one and I'm talking to you on video and answering your question, it's probably me.
All righty, let's go. Let's keep rolling because we'll never get through this. I have an idea. Garlinghouse open Ripple office in Panama, and then we buy XRP wholesale. That's just a comment.
That's from my video this morning, I think.
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I had
Yeah.
never heard that part of your Panama story, Dad. That was cool.
Which part?
There was like a riot zone, and it was really
in Cologne.
dangerous to go in there. I didn't know that.
Oh yeah. That was the scariest town of all the towns I've ever been in at that moment. I know Cologne isn't really known for being a dangerous town, but they were having some political riots or something was going on. It was literally burning cars in the streets. And then there's like flame coming out of the buildings and there's no fire department around. They're just going to let it burn until it was done. And you're like driving through the streets going, wow, last night must have been fun.
Sounds like Oakland 2023.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Landon, whoops. Your thoughts on the Bitcoin ETF? It is my understanding you have to own the actual asset to have a spot ETF. If all these big boys buy it all up, will they be selling going forward a derivative of it?
I've done a few videos on exactly that. Thanks, Landon, for the question. I read that question in the Patreon the other day, and there's two ways to answer that. Yes, that's what they're going to try to attempt to do. The only way that they're going to be able to pull that off is if BlackRock is the only company that gets the ETF. With everything, decentralization comes from non-monopolized companies and corporations. So in other words, if we have 6 or 8 companies that all get ETFs that are spot ETFs, we should be fine. However, BlackRock has so much money, trillions of dollars at their exposure. Yes, they could try to, what we like to call, run the table, right? And buy up all the Bitcoin. But however, that's up to you and I and all the Bitcoin people out there to know, don't sell your Bitcoin. Because those fools are going to do exactly what Landon's talking about right here, is they're going to try and own all the Bitcoin. I've been telling Brent this since the first time I told him what crypto was. I don't care. You hold it forever, at least a piece of it. And then the other part to the answer to that, Landon, is if what's going to happen, I think is going to happen, is these financial institutions, including the insurance corporations, are going to say, what we need to do is get Bitcoin under our house. We need to incentivize that. So we need to get people to loan them to us, and we will pay them interest on their Bitcoin forever more. Those are going to be dependent on the quality of the foundation or corporation that is doing that, as to whether or not in the future we're going to use those companies and find them reliable, because you're exactly right. They can just give us a fake Bitcoin. Oh yeah. Or like Brent said last week, oh yeah, well, no, we're going to keep the Bitcoin. We'll give you the cash.
Mhm.
And it's like, I don't want the cash. I want the damn coin.
I want some cash.
What you're saying here, I dug into this hard, like, what was it, 8-9 months ago, when they first really started talking about creating a Bitcoin ETF. And yeah, everybody else dug into it too. And you got down to the fine print, and what was behind it was like bonds, or it was like treasury crap, Dad. It was crap. And that's where, like, land in this last sentence that you wrote. When you think derivative, it's, I think what my dad's saying is sound. It's, you want to keep your gold bar in the closet. If you lend the gold bar out and then you let them give you cash, or cash that has a gold bar printed on it, on the face of it, they can do whatever they want with cash.
Yes.
And this is that time, and this is the kind of technology, like, going through your question in my head 1,000 times. This is something that we have to hold on to a piece of for ourselves, for everyone. Right. Try to hold on to a piece of it for all your loved ones, so that you can hand it to them and they can use it to interact with potentially down the road, when it's very, very valuable.
We have to remember too, there's two different, I don't know that Landon didn't express this, but there's two different kinds of ETFs, and one is a complete derivative paper product. Okay. And the other is a spot. With the spot, essentially, if they go truly by the definition of a spot ETF, they're going to have to give you the Bitcoin, and they're going to buy the Bitcoin, and they're going to have each Bitcoin they say they have. So in that sense, they're not going to be able to just, being BlackRock, own all the Bitcoin, because when you ask for your Bitcoin back, they're going to have to give you real Bitcoin in a true spot market.
Give them shit, Vern.
Let's hope.
All right.
And what's the window of that real true spot market? We need to stay up to date on that, everybody. We need to stay up to date on that.
What is a Bart Simpson chart?
A Bart Simpson chart is a lot like what Brent just showed you. It goes up almost straight, and it plateaus, goes flat, like Bart Simpson's haircut, and then it goes down, and it goes sideways. Yeah. It looks just like Bart Simpson's head.
Oh boy.
Okay. That's what a Bart Simpson chart looks like.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And let's go with Homie. XRP price V's burn rate. Not sure. We're not good. We're old folk around here. Even Brent is past the acronym, just talking with acronyms exclusively. So
no,
he's pretty good, but I don't know what a V's burn rate is.
I think he's saying versus
burn rate.
Versus, okay. Versus burn rate. Go with it. Go for it. Sorry, that's just me being old. Okay.
Yeah, I think that was a comment.
Okay.
But yeah, there's a burn rate on XRP.
I'm like, sure. I'm on the left side of the learning curve here. All right.
Dad, I don't know this. Does the burn rate increase as the price increases or the volume decreases?
I don't believe so. That was a good question earlier. I think it's transactional.
Mm-hmm. That makes sense.
Per transaction.
Good.
There's probably somebody in here that knows that.
Yeah.
All right.
Shout them out, crew.
Shout them out, crew.
Did you see where Litecoin Leader said hello, Brent?
Oh, cool. What's up, brother?
He's in there.
Nice.
Please, if you want, mention at board-apes-xrp-club and at money-minded apes, my two favorite XRPL NFTs. Oh boy, XRP #1 LFG, and a lot of flames and a lot of thumbs up from FICA U.
FICA U, is that that's not Chris, is it? Chris is the guy that created the shirts that myself and Zach wear, and Landon has one.
Let's
Oh,
just go
cool.
this.
I'm not
I'm
sure.
taking home base out of order, but every time an XRP is used to pay for something on an XRP is burned, question mark?
No, not a whole XRP.
Not a
No.
whole XRP.
I think I used to know the number. I'm sorry. I don't know.
Litecoin, as I understand it, the burn rate is low, a fraction of an XRP burn per transaction.
That is accurate.
Yeah.
So it's not on dollar value, it's on transaction.
Al's pawn, it's very low, would take 70,000 years to end XRP.
Yeah.
Okay. And here we go. Please, if you want to mention bye-bye, start with 100,000 FLR today. In 32 months, you have approximately 580,000 FLR without buying more. And there was a case I discussed on Patreon that discusses this very thing. This Northern may remember the comment from the judge about the be careful with the get rich quick. It wasn't called that. Landon's got a better memory than me. I just was reading this stuff. But anyway, that's all I have to say about that. But Alan can chime in.
I'm sure that's staking.
Yeah.
Is all that is, but
or whatever it is.
And they all stake at different rates.
10,000 transactions to burn. Oh, since we're on the burn thing, transactions to burn XRP, 1 XRP.
10,000. Yes, that sounds right.
Litecoin, if XRP replaces Swift, the volume of transactions might make the burn rate significant, but that's it.
Yep.
Okay. Keep it moving. Keep it moving.
Yeah, it's not a deflationary coin necessarily, other than the fact that, what is it, 45 billion of them are in escrow or owned elsewhere.
When I want a video, you guys, that's got somebody who's really researched it down to the gnat's ass, and I get that feeling every once in a while. I go straight to Litecoin Leader. So if you guys haven't checked him out,
yeah,
please.
Tons of comment on the burn stuff. People are interested in the burn. Okay.
I think it's really a nothing burger, guys. That's not going to build you equity, and it's not going to create scarcity, and it's just not going to, it's not going to do overnight what you want the price to do. Let's just put it that way. Yeah.
All right. XRP slave. What do you think of Harmony 1? That might be one for the list.
Sorry, I don't know anything about it.
I owned some when it first came out. I want to say it's like a year, two years. I'll dig into it.
Okay, like it.
Yeah, I liked it when it came.
That's good for you and Alan for one of your live shows, and we can revisit. You can bring that list, Brent. As
I'm going to research these and bring it up.
Okay.
Exactly.
And live. Litecoin says nice sort of más o menos on Harmony 1. But Alan will get to the bottom of it. I trust you to do that. Something, Ariel, it's to prevent spam transaction that there's a burn rate. So we're going to do that right now. I'm missing a question. I'm going to skip this question because this is a Brent, all day Brent, or all Alan question. Alan and Brent, but you'll see what I mean, Brent, when you see the question. Here, anyone who promises too much start to suspect FLR is not for me and never was. OSW. Too much start to suspect FLR.
Yeah, I think that's kind of what Dad was saying, that when you overpromise, underdeliver. I can't speak on that.
Get rich quick. It's always tread with caution on that, people. FLR and SGB are great buys and long-term hold because it has great utility potential in the near future. Jim Holmes. Thank you, Jim, for your
Not
weighing
financial
in.
advice.
Jim can give all the financial advice he wants. I don't care.
Yeah.
Are you folks looking into real-world assets? A good one. Come to me today called WeCoin. Thank you, Visionary Life Hacks, for your question. Anyone? Alan?
Nope. I am not
Alan?
involved in WeCoin in any way.
WeCoin. Brent? No. Why not? ¿Por qué no?
You know, say.
Okay, write it down, Brent. We're moving
Got
on.
it.
Lee
WeCoin.
saying Flare is an excellent buy. They will give XRP value. Okay.
Yeah, that was the promise in the beginning. What was that, 3 years ago now? And then they went dark and nobody heard anything from them. And then right about 3-4 months ago, the airdrops started coming through and people are starting to collect their coins from Flare that they said that they were promised. So I'm a wait and see. But, again, like I said earlier, I'm tired of chasing these small cap coins and these projects when they're doing basically the same thing everybody else is doing. Oh, I'm promising all this stake. And then it's a good thing to have wow, it gave me 1 million coins this year. What are they worth? You really want those projects that, that you really believe in and that you understand and you see their use case. They have a marketplace. They have a liquid pool of people who want those coins. They have a social backing. There's enough people involved to where it's not going to just die. I don't know that Flare is that. I was really excited about Flare a couple of years ago, and then in the last few months, it seems to be making a big comeback. I don't know enough about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
we own a bunch of them.
Litecoin Leader said he did videos on it. Litecoin Leader, you were not here for my pronoun admonition, but I did videos on it like 2 to 3 years ago. So is he talking about what you guys are talking about?
The whole Flare drop thing,
Flare.
I think. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I didn't do them. I did them like 2 years ago. Not even 2 years ago.
Lee Sains, FLR is partnered with XDC through Panther, if I'm not mistaken. FLR layer cake is what I'm waiting for, the state connector.
And then who's the guy, many of you guys will know in there, who's kind of the Flare killer, if you will. Reaper Network? It's Reaper, right? Those guys have a whole different idea, the exact opposite of what Flare is doing for the XRP people to earn or stake or create. I think he's talking as high as 8% annually on your XRP tokens. And it's a whole thing. He was at the show, and don't quote me, I haven't really followed into it. I'm really looking to stake or find ways to earn money off of our XRP when the thing gets $4, $5, $10, $20. Then I'll look a lot more into it. Yeah. Right now, we're all just trying to get our money back and make some, we're way ahead of what we paid for ours personally, but a lot of people aren't.
Not a people. Ready? Nomad, XRP, XLM, XDC, QNT, and HBAR is his call.
That's you and everybody else in this forum, I think.
Yeah.
There are a lot of people in this forum.
All right. See, we got love for all.
Love for all.
John Love. Speaking of love,
Perfect.
The total market cap would be absolutely astronomical for 5,000 price. Not saying it's not possible, but that's a huge number. That's from 110. That's from a discussion 34 minutes ago, if anybody can remember
that was
about.
That is absolutely true until you start looking around at all the digits they've actually produced. And then you start going, oh, well, that's kind of small then maybe.
Yeah.
All you have to do is look into Val Hill Capital's 2-year research paper, and they break it down in a spreadsheet, and they spent 2 years on it. And that was their deduction, somewhere between 2,000 and 5,000, way down the road, not next week. So you should look into that report, John, if you haven't.
Johnny, are you going to look into it?
Nice.
What is considered a ton of XRP? Thank you, Marvin Davis.
What do you got, Brent?
I would say
let's say I'm not
like
the
Darlinghouse and Larson, $1 billion.
That's a ton. Yeah.
I try not to be the price guy anymore because it makes you romantic, and then you're like,
He's
oh,
asking
man,
quantity.
I need a bag, man. I need a suitcase full of this stuff.
Yeah.
What's your lifestyle like? Like, obviously, none of us know. We don't have the crystal ball. We don't know if it's going to be 1,000. We don't know if it's going to be 500. We don't know any of that.
I think like 30 million would be a ton.
That'd be 30 million would be a ton. That's a good answer. Right now, if you can get it at 75 cents, this is how I've been looking at it and how I try to explain it to other people. Do you got $100 laying around? Then you have 100. And then one day, let's just say it does go to 1,000, which would just be crazy. Then you have 100,000, right? So that the kind of future math to me is what makes sense. You don't have to have a ton of it necessarily now.
Right.
If you hold on to it, to potentially have a big impact for you later. That's how I have to do it anyway, because I don't have a ton of money. But
I kind of came up with this one in the last show, but I can express it a little clearer. In this next bull run, I'm looking at a 30x. I don't know when the bull run is. I don't have a crystal ball. So a 30x, if you 30x 1,000 coins, you have 30K. But if you 30x 100,000 coins, you're looking good. I mean, you're looking really good in life. But is that a ton? 100,000 coins to me is a lot of Ripple or a lot of XRP coins. That's a lot. I mean, I would say anywhere between 50,000 and 100,000 is a lot of coins. You got to remember they're 75 cents right now. That means you got 75K involved in it right now.
Lots of different.
So if you went
opinions on
if you went 30 times $75,000 right now, you're looking damn good in life, right? You better be looking to get out of portions of that, or getting, like we were talking about earlier, is getting those coins working for you. So again, it depends, like Brent said, how old are you? What's your lifestyle? What country do you live in?
Jay Dan, how much can you afford to lose? You know, that's a smart, don't put it all in one basket and just risk what you can lose and don't need for the rent money.
Yes.
Okay. It's probably smart.
Mm-hmm.
And then this guy, Lee, investing's not how much, but about doing research, investing what you can afford. So again, what you can live without. So his way of saying it is much more diplomatic. And I like that. Let's keep moving. Casper is a good stake. Is it good too? I stake too. FICA you. No comment. Just a comment.
Yeah, no, it is a stake coin.
Casper is good too. I stake too. Yeah. On Exodus, I think.
I thought they were saying
I can't
Casper.
remember.
I didn't read
Gemini had
Casper.
staking, but Gemini canceled all their staking as soon as they got sued. Okay, Alchemist has been on fire. He had a bad week. AI will kill us, but not crypto.
I 1,000% disagree. AI is not going to kill us.
They're too stupid. Has anybody ever owned a robot vacuum? I mean, come on. And then I talked to Bing, the robot on there. It's like, what the heck? You know, what is going on? Who's your handler? I asked the bot? Who's your handler? And then they go, I cannot continue this conversation with you right
Yeah.
now. Okay.
I did a video about this a while back, and I really think it's a good video. You guys could look at it again. It's really important to understand that what AI wants to do is it wants to get the right answer. Okay. So it can't sit there and ignore the obvious problem. It has to focus on the problem. Well, if all you have to do is step back a little bit and go, what is the problem with the world today? That'd be the money system. That'd be the government system. So who's crushing the livability of the face of the planet? Government overspend, government overreach, government printing, all of that to an AI is going to go, here's your problem. These people over here, the Smiths and the Joneses aren't your problem. The AI is going to go, the government is your problem. You need to eliminate this, and virtually all of it is going to become very obvious. And the only way they can do that is to control the AI, which we know they will do. But how many people are going to run a true AI that isn't corrupted? A lot of people. And then the one that isn't corrupted is going to make a lot of sense to society. And we're going to go, well, I like this network better because it's giving me good answers that make sense to the Joneses and the Smiths. Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah.
All righty.
That was a good video, Dad, your AI one. This is the majority of the reading I do on this now, you guys. I look at AI, Internet of Things, Web3, and the evolution of the internet and blockchain, and how those things are all going to, or wrapping our minds around how they can work for humanity versus being afraid of change in any one of them. I'm hoping that they all help optimize each other, and hopefully in ways simplify things, of course, make things more honest, make things more efficient. And yes, like maybe through AI, a ton of jobs will be lost and a ton of, crazy things will happen. And, but hopefully we're able to keep a handle on that because we're researching into all these things and we understand them and how they can help us.
Totally agree.
Instead of just, getting stoned and watching the Terminator, I don't do that anymore. Not after your video, Dad.
No.
I like the optimistic outlook on AI a lot.
Hasta la vista, baby.
I wouldn't let it drive my car, but I do like it.
Yeah, almost everybody.
Just let me drive my own car.
Almost everybody immediately, whenever there's new technology, oh, you don't understand. That's going to fry your balls. And you're like, that's the first thing out of everybody's mouth. It's like, what are you talking about? Oh yeah, no, I saw it on YouTube. It's just you're done. It's going to cook you alive. And it's like, okay, can we just get past that part and really figure out what's going on? So I get it. People get lathered up and okay, well, if you read enough articles and listen to enough YouTubes tell you that the world's going to end tomorrow, you swear it's going to end tomorrow.
I think that angle right now in the media, just like it has been for crypto, is a little aggressive, and it's a little they throw a little scary out. Even some of the places in media that I seek out that I really like, that I think are really open-minded, and it's still kind of a head shaker. It's like, we can do better than that.
You have to remember that I'm old enough to remember when the microwave was invented and people were frightened to death of the thing, right? I mean, like scared, like there's one on our block now, So I heard the same thing about credit cards. I mean, anyway, I heard the credit card was the mark of the beast when I was a kid.
Everything's the mark of the beast.
Everything's the mark of the beast. So,
Don't worry about it.
Just keep looking for it.
Bill
You'll find
Gates
it.
invests 50B into CP. What is a CP?
You've got me.
I told you about the acronyms, peeps. I don't get them. I'm an
I'll look it
old
up.
lady. Thank you, Brent.
That's not the Corona word, is it?
We're not doing no Corona. Okay. XDC equals required. QNT equals all cryptos equals required. Does that make sense, Alan?
Yeah, sure does.
Tell me.
He really likes both of those platforms, and I totally agree. I think it's all going to run on Quant
CP.
or HBAR or
don't
Algorand.
read that. Don't look it up. Laugh out loud. Oh, Brent, no, don't look it up. It's something. Chase was being funny. He thought you'd get it, Brent. Forget it. It's something crass. I told you guys, be kind. No pronouns. No acronyms. Okay.
I was praying.
He's good.
Yeah, the internet's just got charitable causes.
Follow the directions.
A bunch of nonsense.
Ben Gallardo's comment from 109 XDC, wait for price to come back down and accumulate with diamond hands because it is a long hold, in my opinion. Okay. All opinions matter here.
I agree with that. I told a family to buy that. I did a video about that too. About a year ago, I met a family in Blockbuster and, we watch your show. Oh, wow. It was so cool. And the kids were like, no, we want to buy the dog coin. And I was like, oh, you could buy that, but you really might want to think about buying this one. And I told him XTC. And I think it was like a penny. It was a penny then. It's now 5 pennies. They made 5 times their money in about a year. So, and it's only just begun going up.
The guy wasn't a hitchhiker. XRP Peaky Blind, XRP Peaky Blind AR. I should know your name by now, but I don't. That's all right. Outdoor Boys is late to the party. Watch Minority Report if you want some good conspiracies and terrify yourself about what's coming. Do you remember when Elon was into PayPal? Says Steve M.
Yes, and that's the video that I was telling you guys about that I have. When he, this is 2008, 9, I want to say 8 or 9, that he's being interviewed in a panel about X money. So we're going to link that below this show. So you guys should watch it. And it's interesting. The guy's really good. He does a bunch of research on a bunch of stuff. And it's a good episode.
Good episode.
Nice. Check that out.
I like a good episode. Ben Gallardo is just hot to trot on this KAS, but check out the new owners. Best layer 1. There's nothing to FUD.
He just asked me a really good one, and I agreed. If it solves the trilemma, that I would cover it on the channel. And yes, I will, Ben. We dig down, and it's what you say it to be. Got it, brother.
Because looking forward to the Casper video. So let's get working, peeps.
Yeah,
he meant CCP, China's Communist Party. Oh, not a boy.
Let's remember.
Lee is one sharp cat right here, and his little photo is a cat.
Let's remember about every 6 months to a year, there's a brand new solution as to the world's necessary needs for crypto, and it's going to revolutionize the whole crypto space. And yet the top 20 are still the top 20. But my point by saying that is I'm not trying to crush anybody's ideas, but we just heard a year or two ago that we found out who Satoshi was, and he created that, slips my mind right now, the Bitcoin spinoff. What the hell is it called? And everybody jumped on that bandwagon. Oh, he is Satoshi, and oh, we got to buy it. And everybody got the coin. It's done pretty well. I mean, but I remember 2 years ago, every other comment was, you have to buy that coin. Every other comment. And it is the real Bitcoin, and it'll surpass Bitcoin one day. And everybody's okay.
But it's not.
I can't remember the name of the coin.
Brent, did you see the comment from Ben on the screen?
Yeah, that's what I was just responding to.
All right.
Wrote it down, getting into it.
We're not doing anything in private here. The other nomad, XRP has been tested for a long time, 0 errors.
Yes, that's from a comment from a long time ago, I think. But yes,
Yeah, 1:14 p.m.
absolutely correct. That's why you get it.
The other
That is
nomad
exciting
gets it.
stuff.
Not one pronoun here. Thank you very much. FICA U, get more kappa, like 10,000 if I sell some NFTs.
Get a little more kappa in your life.
Get some more people.
You
VIP,
just never have enough of it.
we can never have enough of any of it. Just give me everything you don't want. VIP Solanki. Apparently, the price of XRP has already been agreed by WEF BIS. Is this correct? Do we know what that price is?
Have you heard that number, Dad?
No,
Yeah, neither have I.
I've heard a bunch of numbers.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I hear is numbers.
Mm-hmm. And they're all different.
In a bad mood. What's going on, Alchemist? You're very cranky today. Okay. Apparently the price. Okay, we don't know. We can research. That's a conspiracy that we would love to think about. Don't even shit yourself on that.
And just so you guys know, I'm not naive to conspiracies. I've heard virtually all of them. I've lived a lot of them. I was into crypto or conspiracy theories in the late 90s, okay? When nobody even knew what the term meant, right? So I'm just saying, I'm not naive to any of it. But your life is what you make of it, not what they tell you your life is going to become.
Okay.
Yeah. I read 6 books about 9/11. Like,
that's
and now I'm who I am because I don't want to dwell on
I read thousands of pieces of paper that were top secret documents about 9/11.
And I read
real documents.
24 books on JFK scandal that Brent had to hear about. But I never got to the bottom of it. But something, I think it's everyone was involved is what my final decision was on that. The other nomad is back. Yeah. Utility is almost here. Brent's favorite word. Keep it strong and hold your bags with some grip.
Agreed.
Jim Holmes, E-Tech. Why not stake and delegate on FLR?
He's talking to another. He's commenting on another person.
Thank you.
This is E-Tech's first time on live.
Oh, E-Tech. Why? Oh, I see. Sorry, I thought it was never mind. Gotcha.
Acronym again.
It's a blonde. I'm blonde and I live in the UK. Am I better off selling my XRP during the bull run into USDT or directly into GBP? I figure there will be more liquidity in USDT. You should probably reach out to a financial advisor about that one, Mr. Dark Side there.
The first thing I have to say to you is, why would you want either one of those currencies? That'd be my first question to you. You need to look into sound money, and you need to figure out why I just said what I just said. Like, what? You don't want dollars and you don't want British pounds. So what is it?
We really haven't been able to trust stable coins either.
Oh, no, stable coins is what got us in trouble the last time when Digibyte got us to 17 cents and then we just got fucked.
I'd like to ask Lewis Jackson this question.
All right. Back to it here. We're going to keep moving. We're at 1 hour and 18 minutes and we have 71 questions or comments starred. Okay. Just to give you guys perspective.
We got to answer them quicker.
I think I'm going to pass by like I do at the when this happens. I mean, anybody who's already got their honorable mention, I'm going by, okay, to give some other people a chance. Tyranny rival. Good. I like it. Tyranny rival. Do we know who's the Michael Saylor of XRP?
Everybody.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Brad Garlinghouse would be my guess. I just heard the other day he has 3 billion of them.
That's good. Why can't he give me the 100 million that I think is a lot? Give them out, buddy.
Have you asked him?
I will next year.
All
It's
right.
like, where's my cash out, buddy?
Yeah. I actually got to meet him.
Okay. Crypto Bob. Zero arrows, ODL, and multiple central banks on board. They're not another asset with the already made infrastructure for cross-border payments. Great show. Pleasure. Thank you, Crypto Bob.
Yes, Bob.
Crypto Bob.
You are absolutely correct.
This is the
I
E-Tech.
shared-
The other guy was sorry, Alan.
Yeah. I shared stuff with Brent and Simon off air. The hour after the show was would have been the best show we had.
That was the deepest
Yeah.
crypto conversation I've ever been a part of or heard on anything ever. I was just like, my jaw was just gaped open.
I'm just telling you guys,
We're wondering if we can talk about a lot of it or not.
Yeah.
Well, you guys can talk on Patreon.
I
Yeah.
learned
We'll get there.
I learned more last week about XRP and what's going on behind the scenes by people who are the scenes, and paperwork that I will one day be able to show everybody that this isn't a maybe, guys. This is happening. It's been happening, and they've just been hiding everything they've been doing because they've been in a lawsuit. And it's not going to turn on like a light switch. It's just going to slowly ramp up and come up to speed. But the perspective of wasn't the biggest mind-blowing part of the whole thing, Brent, was the numbers it could reach was what blew my mind. XRP is not going to be a $50 coin.
No.
It's just not, it's not going to be that. Okay. It's going to be
A Dash coin.
no, it's going to be in the thousands.
Dash
And
was in
I-
the
I-
thousands
I-
at some
I-
point.
I'm not even guessing at that. I know that to be a fact now.
And
I don't know when.
Let
I
me
don't know when.
go back to earlier. I'm so thankful that it is not $2 yet, because that means that more of us can jump on in. We can dollar cost average our way today if we wanted to. Not advice,
Right.
but I'm personally looking at doing that
Yes.
more. So
That's right.
before
Jim,
it's $2.
Here's the E-Tech question conversation. Hold your coins, staking, FLR. I have it posted up there for anybody who is interested, which is what I'm going to start doing. I may just post honorable mentions because I'll never get through these 70. Okay. E-Tech. Gotcha. Sith, you're there, but you're getting bumped, buddy. Sorry.
What's Sith have to say?
MKP. I'm trying to get to some people who haven't gotten any honorable mentions.
Okay.
I heard to try to hold at least 5 digits amounts in XRP, XLM, XDC. That could be anywhere from 10K up to 99K. Not too many folks gave those funds.
The more you can hold, probably better off your life will be.
Hold
I'm going
them.
to put it like that.
Gotta hold them and then fold them later.
But I'm going to say this. If I could only afford 500 coins and that's all I could afford, I'd be good with that. I'd run with that. And I would just say, this is what I got. And when it makes a difference in my life, I'll sell it. And when it doesn't, I'm going to just keep doing my life and enjoying it.
Right. I like that.
Yeah.
Real, REAL, 5,000 XRP before 2025. Great.
I've read a lot that would say that that's actually going to happen.
Let's go with that.
Bonkers.
It's
That is
bonkers what I've read.
Bonkers. A good bonkers, but it's
Yeah.
bonkers.
We'll see.
I
R.
don't even use that
Morgan
word.
heard institutional money is only going to use XRP in escrow and will not be same thing.
That's kind of what Brent and I were just talking about.
Okay. And that was
It's-
true at 130 something.
And
Yeah.
as you guys dive deeper, think about. I've heard both of us say it a couple times in the video already today. It's look at the institutional powers and look at institutional money and look at movement. And as we've gotten to watch and go through the case with Elizabeth on what just happened between SEC and Ripple, we got to see even more like legal terms, and like all of those things are what our conversation was about after that last video.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And just looking at the bigger picture, the biggest picture you can look at of like, okay, wow, this is it's going in this direction. And we've read enough, and we've, it's,
Yeah.
I'm convinced of it pretty much.
One of the things, I'm going to give some big clues here. Like Brent just said, I want you guys to think big picture. Okay. Big picture, not big numbers, big picture.
Hmm.
Why do they have, of all the cryptocurrencies out there, why does Ripple own so many of the XRP tokens? Why would you want that to be held by the company? What reasons would that be? And why do I think that's what the smartest thing that any crypto company has ever done, is to hold nearly half of those coins back? They had a reason for doing it. They're doing it for a very good reason.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just going to tell you that the reason why they're doing it is the fact that that's what's going to make it go ballistic. And if you guys can figure that out, you're way ahead of the game. Because I don't hear anybody on YouTube talking about it. I don't hear anybody talking about it at all. I heard Schwartz talking about it the other day a little bit, but even he was sort of like going on and on and on about liquidity. And it was like, he already knows the answer to the thing. And he was talking about how it was going to be a problem. And I'm like, he already knows the answer. So sort of, I don't know if you guys get this when you listen to David Schwartz talk. One day he'll say the clown's face was white, and the next day he'll say it was pink. And you're like, well, wait a minute, dude. You just told me it was white yesterday. So, and I'm not saying he's a BSer or anything like that. I'm just saying he's got such a brilliant mind that it's like he's like in the clouds half the time. Like trying to make sense of what that guy says every week is like almost impossible. But yeah, he drops gems though all the time.
I gotta watch him more.
Who was that?
I like the sound of it.
David Schwartz, one of the co-creators of
the
XRP.
guy with the cardboard cutout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to go with Anonymous Aviator, somebody new for the day. Do you think it'll come to a point when they legally can seize XRP from citizens like they did with gold in the old days?
I had a miniature panic attack about that the other day.
Oh no, that's all Catherine Holt, Catherine
Austin Fitz.
Austin Fitz.
Yeah, that's no. Is the quick answer to that. No. I'm going to refer to what I said just a few minutes ago. There's too many people that think that they control every human being on the planet. They don't.
Mm-hmm.
You're listening to a lot of people tell you that these people have control over all of us, and they don't. If they did, we'd all be working for them tomorrow, and we're not. We're just not. You have way more freedom than you think you have. Now, are they going to use AI to control people? Probably. Are they going to use CBDCs to control your monetary system? Of course. But the difference is that you and I are going to have coins. Like I always like to say, the answer to tyranny is cryptocurrency. That's not the problem of tyranny. That's the answer to tyranny. You have to have your own network, your own group of people. Oh, I like this coin. I don't like those coins. If they make it only one coin, yeah, we're all screwed. But if it's hundreds of coins, like if you look at America, okay, we used to have 130 paper currencies in this one country at one time. When you have that, you have perfect regional wealth. Okay.
Hmm.
It's not brought down from the clouds and you will use this and you only this. That is not decentralization. Decentralization comes when we get the pick. Oh, I'll trade you a Cardano for an XRP. No problem. Okay. Me too. Cool. When we have more currency, we have more security.
Why? So if we leave our XRP in the future in institutions, we've seen banks go belly up overnight. We've seen these exchanges go belly up overnight. Those places are centralized hubs. Those can be brought down. In a way, they're fragile.
Yes.
Whereas what Dad's saying, an open sourced, cross-border, decentralized platform that we can all trade on.
Web3.
Boom.
And Web4.
That's why you're right. We all talk about decentralization as being good and strong.
Yeah.
So we can all do that.
And here's the thing. There's gonna be a lot of sheeple who are gonna go, okay, I'll take the CBDC coin. And yeah, they will. But the difference is not everybody likes one kind of car, and not everybody likes one kind of money. Look how many currencies there are in the world. And you're going to be able to, oh, well, this country has completely lost their mind. I'm getting on a plane and I'm out of here. Well, you have to leave your crypto at the door. Well, good luck with that. How are they going to pull that off? I mean, maybe one day, but I don't see how, not in my lifetime, but who knows?
Yeah.
I could go on for days about that one because I hear a lot of,
yeah,
I understand it. I mean, they're closing a lot of off ramps, but I don't know if you guys have noticed about 3 months ago, they were closing all the on and off ramps. And now all of a sudden corporations have got involved and everything's just sort of opened up again. Wide open again. Like we're not closing anything down anymore. All of a sudden they're losing court cases. They're now like every corporation, every financial institution. I was telling Elizabeth this the other day. Of the top 10 financial institutions in the world, they're all getting involved in crypto. Of the top 10 banks in the world, they're all getting into crypto. They can't all be illegal, right? Well, one bank is going to compete with all the other banks. So what is that going to do for you? That's decentralization. And they're not going to go, oh, we all have to think the same. Like you can't get 100 people of the same company to decide what to eat for lunch. There's no way they're all going to agree on one form of tyranny. And if they did form one form of tyranny, it's the people are going to look at it and go, no, we're not having that. We're not doing that. No way. I know that entrapment. We did that centuries ago and we're not doing it anymore.
That will be a great indicator for us.
Very good indicator.
That
yes.
If it does come to that ever, tyranny is afoot.
That's why I've done 5 videos on the fact that CBDCs are not going to succeed. They're just not.
You go get them.
I hope they
It will
don't.
be attempted.
Chaka Zulu. Why do the regulators let so many cryptocurrencies exist? I think it's over 20,000. I was just building on some of the comments you were saying.
Well, that goes back to what I just said. Who the hell are the regulators? I don't trust regulators.
Now,
Regulate
give
this.
them any power.
I don't want regulation. I'm sorry. I know. Maybe I'm thinking outside the box here. Regulation.
We need a regulation like 20 to 40 years ago, big time. Didn't get it.
Yeah.
And now we got to build things like this and do it on our own. And so we went to code. We're all going to use computers and cell phones and Zoom each other across the world and make videos like this. Then we're gonna build blockchains and we're gonna use them and we're gonna use them to help each other.
And the word regulation translated means, well, it means a lot of things to me, but It's the definition of tyranny. That's what it is. Oh, we're going to regulate you. Well, why? What gives you the authority? Well, we all decided that we're the authority and you're not. Oh, okay, great.
Yeah.
You decided that. Yeah. And when has regulations ever stopped banks from stealing from people? Didn't Wells Fargo just get caught 2 weeks ago stealing millions of dollars from their own clientele by fictitious charges of late fees?
Again?
Again. That just happened 2 weeks ago. Look that up. And don't they have regulations stating they can't do that? Yes, they do. And they didn't listen to the regulations, did they? Regulations for you, not for me. That's what that means.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Alan.
We're done with that.
We are.
Mm-hmm.
I'd like to be done with it.
Lee Brown, I wanted to ask you a quick question. Sometimes I just pop up comments in between for everybody, just so everybody try to get everybody's day in court here. I wanted to ask you a quick question. What are your thoughts on IX Global and Debtbox? You buy licenses to mine for different crypto-backed commodities.
Dad?
What's his name sent me I didn't know anything about it till about a month ago. And then when I was looking into it, it goes back to my last rant. I don't like licenses, and I don't like regulations, and I don't like bureaucratic rules. So
yeah,
that's what I think of that. I think it's a good idea. I love the idea as long as it's completely open sourced, completely Web3, and completely decentralized. If you can fit all three of those parameters into the license forms, then I'm all for it.
Okay. Next is,
I don't know if you guys have seen the theme, but the theme here is you and I's freedom is the theme of my
freedom, no divisiveness, love, whatever.
Get rid of the division.
Gerald Vestal, is Jed McCaleb going to sell off all the supposed burned XLM in the Philippines? Just wondering out loud.
Good question.
I don't know why he would do that, especially at this price. I know it's gone way up this week, but I don't know why he would do that. Doesn't make any sense, but maybe but I hear a lot of XLM people coming out of the woodwork right now. Rah, rah, rah. We won too. No, you didn't win anything yet. You were an ICO, as I recall. And Mr. Gensler has already come out and said that they're coming after everybody with the ICO. Now, I'm not trying to rain on XLM here. I am trying to say that you haven't been to court yet, number one. Then just 3 days ago, I heard them say, oh, well, actually, the Congress, I believe, actually, we're okay with ICOs. And I went, what? Wait a minute. We might actually be getting somewhere in mankind here. Because I've always thought ICOs are the single greatest money funding idea I've ever heard, ever. And I think it's brilliant. And the fact that they were coming after it was because the banks are the people that are coming after them, because why would you get a loan from a bank when you can just create an ICO and print tokens and do your project?
Mike
That's a great point.
You make a great point, Vern. I heard Fed now goes into full swing tomorrow. Maybe we'll see a little pump.
Yeah, maybe. I hope, Mike. It's the hardest thing in the world to tell people to be patient, but the economy isn't good right now, guy. I don't know if we've looked around, but when it is good or when they kick the printing machine back on, you're going to want to hang on, because then you're going to have really hard decisions to make. Do I sell at $5? Do I sell at $50? Do I sell at $500? I mean, those are difficult questions, and that's not going to be easy. And I know right now we're at flatline. I know it went up 70% or whatever it was last week, but you have a lot to think about.
I've been looking at, is UPS going to strike this week or not? It's apparently supposed to go down in 4 days if it is. I looked into it, hopefully it's an 11th hour payout kind of a deal, but does the company go cheap?
It's such a shit show anymore. I mean, their service has gone from the best to awful.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what happened to them.
Maybe
it's just different. Maybe for retail, it's slower. But anyway, I don't know. It's just not the same.
It's still better than that other one.
Yeah, right. I just see that as a very negative, indicator potentially for what I've heard and for the week itself. So I'd love to see a pump this week, Mike. But things like that have me kind of curious otherwise.
I heard the Writers and Screen Actors Guild is on strike and it's not going away anytime soon. And then I thought, wow, I didn't know they could even write down there. I mean, I haven't heard them do anything worth watching, but I don't watch those stuff. So, but aren't we on like a sequel 25 of everything? It's like, the new Indiana Jones came out. I was like, is that guy even able to run anymore? I mean, what's he running from?
Yeah. And the last one before it was so bad. The ending was so bad. It stunk so bad that there was no way you were even going to be able to give me a ticket and get me to go to this one. It was just so bad. Sorry, Indiana Jones people. I do love the first three.
It's all right.
No, they were good.
Come on.
Really wholesome, good stuff.
When you watch them when you're 12, everything seems great.
Right?
Northern Living, because he's a Patreon member. He's a friend.
Yes, he is.
So what are your thoughts on PolySign? It's only for accredited investors right now, but when XRP goes up to those high values, it might be an option for custody and make some money loaning your XRP out.
Yes.
Nice.
I met with some of the PolySign promoters, if you will, at the show. I don't know if you did, but I like everything. I love what they got planned, and yes, I think it's going to be an income stream. And they sound like they know what they're talking about. They have a finance background. They're really involved in, let's see, one of them was creating his own LLC, I want to say, for any of the members. And then also they are accredited investors as far as what do you call it? What were we just talking about a minute ago? Flare. They got involved in the flare, and then they were also talking about being able to flip your 401ks into it, and then they were also talking about something else at the show. I can't remember.
I wasn't at the show.
But all of that is going to be annual income, which is, to the person that had the UK question about should I go to a dollar or should I go to a British pound? These are the kind of people that you want to talk to. These are the systems that you want to get involved in. Our show is going to cover more of that as we get more into profit, but I'm not suggesting that you go with those guys in particular because, I don't know of the company all that well, but I will say this. They are also doing, God, I don't want to screw this up, but I think they're also able to get you into the IPO or Ripple. That was the one that was on my mind. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm not positive about that, guys. Sorry, it's just off the top of my head.
What a great question. That's Landon.
That's Landon, of course.
My son works at UPS, and they are definitely going to strike.
Oh, shit.
That might make a busy day for FedEx people.
Yeah. But they just got their system is dialed in. So it's an hour and 45. Do you and Brent just want to, kind of chit chat amongst yourselves and do your thing? I'll go out and water some pigs and end it off. Finish it off with a bang.
It always takes us 15 minutes to end this thing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sorry about
We'll
whomever
shoot.
I couldn't get to questions. Come on next week. I doing the best I can on the system, and that's it's.
Yeah, another long
You're doing
show.
good getting to everybody, Elizabeth. That's
I am trying.
But we have more people in the show right now than we have the whole time. That's amazing.
Yeah, let's talk to them.
I'm 12 years old and I own 321 XRP.
Yes.
Okay.
You're my new favorite. Who posted that?
Flick2X.
Flick2X. Have you seen any of our shows?
Flick. That's a flick.
I'm 12 years old. I love it. Yes, you are my new favorite.
I want to be 12. Okay.
Love it.
You guys have fun.
Wrap
things up. Hit the end broadcast at some point before midnight, and I'll go in.
Brent, you want to read some of these, or you want to keep going, or are you over it?
Thank you. I'm out. Pigs. It's really hot here, 100 degrees. So I'm gonna.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Go.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you to all the subscribers, all the Patreons, all your comments, all of it. And we'll be back next week. I don't have to be gone, so we can do some kind of I got some litigation angles up my sleeve. People are pissing me off on Twitter as usual. So we'll find something.
So we need to cover that for sure.
Whatever pisses me off, we cover.
We'll didn't have names to call them.
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
Unfortunately, we didn't have many legal questions today.
Oh, I don't care.
Yeah.
There's nothing.
All right.
There's, SEC's appealing or something. And it's like, yeah, okay, that's fine. And they're calling Judge Torres, some New York Post article called her names.
Well,
I was like, what is wrong with you
maybe you should stick around a minute, because I did read that they were going to appeal it, but
no, they said they're looking into it.
Yeah. So the rumor now is, oh, well, we're still in upside down world until the appeal.
Well, somebody mentioned appeal, so maybe that's kind of why it kind of went flat a little bit. But the fact of the matter is, everybody's talking, like your viewers on Patreon know, 3 elements for Howie.
Yes.
And everyone's talking one single aspect of it. So I think I'll cover that.
I have a question for you, because this is the way I know that to be true.
Be careful, because I've been absent for a week.
Right. But
yeah.
Well, it's
I took a look at the briefs that everyone's talking about a little bit.
No, it's a very simple question.
Oh yeah.
I keep getting this statement, and the statement says, oh, great. Now we're in limbo for the next 2 or 3 years because we're waiting for the appeal. My knowledge of the appeal is the ruling is the law until the appeal overturns it. Correct?
That's right. For that. So SEC versus Ripple order on the motion for summary judgment is not the law of the land.
Right.
It's not the law of the land. My viewers know it's only a persuasive authority, and only if there is some court case that needs to discuss it. It's not the law of the land. The law of the land is the Constitution, and whatever Congress says the law of the land is. The courts merely interpret law. So number one. So number two, yeah, she said programmatic sales do not meet the Howie. Right. Well, she said they don't meet one element of the 3.
Which is all it took.
So she didn't go into whether they met the other elements. So everyone's talking that she got it wrong on that element. But what about the other elements? We'll probably take another look at that on Patreon. Just a real deep dive, because I want to pull up that first amended complaint and look at that and put to bed, because people are still talking about, is XRP a security? It's like, oh my God.
Well, yeah.
So
rest assured, her ruling counts until they overturn it.
it ruling counts, because SEC is the plaintiff, and it would be extremely unusual, one, for them to get an interlocutory order to be able to appeal right now, because before they can appeal absolutely without permission is after Brad and Chris are tried,
which is 2 years out.
We'll see.
No, I thought they got a court date. 25, I've heard.
Holy shit! I didn't see that in my feed, but I'll
2025.
I'll go. If it's
I don't know whether
in the
it's
feed or if it's on some kind of clickbait, I'll have to look on the feed.
Yeah.
I was 5 days. 5 days straight is very unusual for me to have to do something. But yeah, so they're going to appeal. They have to. The law is taken on my Patreon. We talked about this. It's light most favorable to her ruling in favor of Ripple on that 1 out of 3 type of investment contract.
Right.
So good luck.
Yeah.
And they're all, they're plucking out one little phrase that she said without putting it into the context of her entire ruling and what she was talking about.
Right.
It's nonsense. So
it is.
Here's the thing. I'll keep buying. What did the guy say? Yeah. It's at a discount.
Yeah.
73 is bargain basement, right?
Yeah.
Fine. Why wouldn't we want it to drag out? Why would we want it to go to the moon tomorrow?
I want to go to the moon.
Well, fine, but tomorrow, why don't
I don't want it to go there tomorrow.
Brett needs a chance to jump on board here.
Yeah, me and the 12-year-olds and the rooster. We all need to get on board, you know.
Get on board, 70 cents.
And you know, a gajillion other people.
Yeah, right.
And I want those people to have the opportunity to do so.
Well, yeah. I mean, I get that, but you know, we've owned these coins a long time, and we've been in limbo for 3 years now. And that's like,
yeah,
we didn't get the bull run that all the other coins got. You know,
no, it's held at 50 cents for like an eon.
Yeah. So we're due.
That's a great point, Dad. You know, now that the writing's on the wall, like that, what you and I know about it and what our community here knows about it, it's like, that's where I can kind of say it. That's where I'm kind of like, well, if more of us get into it together, we're going to have a stronger community, and we're going to have more people that we know who are using it and trading it and know how to do it.
That was, you know,
that's what I like about later.
Not the video that came out today, the one that came out a couple of days ago that I did about price.
Mm-hmm.
One with the rooster. Everybody loved it.
Loved it.
That video wasn't even meant to be that video. I was going to talk about legacy money and how the system is changing, and call it universe or call it whatever. It just came right into my head about the whole price and why aren't you buying XRP? You've been told it's been in limbo. It's been in jail for 2.5 years now. Now, why aren't you buying it today? Because a month from now, when it goes through the roof, or 6 months from now, it goes through the roof, you have absolutely no excuses anymore. Like now, you know, okay, it passed the court. Well, one level of it. Okay. And it's a green light. And if you're not in that mindset right now, then I don't want to hear when you're trying to buy it at $50. Oh, it's too expensive. Like, well,
bye.
Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thank you, Bird.
Yep. So anyway, that was my show the other day. This is our show today.
Yeah.
Brett, what do you got for us?
Let's run, Dad.
Yeah.
Great questions, everybody. I've got questions for us, Dad. Or we could keep going down the path of what everybody kind of was throwing at us today. Or we could do both.
Do it.
Okay.
Whatever direction.
How about middle ground? First question I wrote down for us, and I'd love to see this in the comments, everybody. Is there an innovation that you would like to see go mainstream? Is there something like an idea that you have, or something that you know about that you'd like to see really take hold and advance that you think
In the crypto world?
Yeah, crypto world, just in the world in general. Kind of that middle ground question for us.
Yeah, I do. I got a bunch of them. I
Mhm.
really wish everybody could get the simple concept of decentralization.
Mhm.
Because once you understand true decentralization, you'll understand why you're broke. You'll understand why the poor are poor and why they're probably going to remain there as long as we have a centralized system. Centralization, when you get down to the nitty gritty of what it truly means to man, means the people at the top don't do much. They control all the money and they control all of the opportunity of growth, of building, of creating, of getting the money to loan to. It has to be approved by the system and the man. If we can decentralize all value, the poor, or shouldn't say poor, the hardworking people of this planet, the creators of this planet, the ingenuity thrives. The people who grow the food thrives. The people who do the product actually become the dominant players instead of the system at the top is centralization. And what they always thrive upon, every civilization that's ever been, the top thrives on one thing, and that's called control. They control the narrative. They control your thought. They control the media. They control what you believe is real. When they control you, you are centralized. And this concept of putting decentralization into the hands of every human being is powerful. And if we could teach that in first grade up, it'd be brilliant. It would change the world within a decade. It would change the entire world.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's where I'm most passionate about all of this. It's not what's the next open source blockchain coin that has dApps that you can build on top of it. It's this, you guys. Like, it's the future for our children and children's children, their ability to trade and not get, the regulators come out of the woods and they're like, hey, you owe me taxes. And you're like, well, who the hell are you? Like, what? Because I woke up this morning? Because my family's had land here for 30 years, or 100 years. Like, when you live and when we all create someday at this decentralized economy and community and world where we do look at it that way, and we look at these centralized hubs and the control and the rules and the way that they try to run things, we'll start to see that it's not incentivizing the worker. It's not incentivizing the little guy. And all the best business models I've seen, Dad, and I've one of my favorite books is about this, about blockchain and literally corporate adoption of blockchain into all these big companies all across the world. Think of all the big ones.
Yeah.
The best models that I have seen are more closer to, it's hard to think about because these companies are so centralized that going to a blockchain complete company it's like almost like, well, everybody's going to own the whole company. Well, if you can at least get to a middle ground where your labor, your workforce, the people who are your customers are the people who are not just buying and getting your product and not just getting a paycheck, but they're also getting stake in the game. They're also getting ownership. They're also getting rights. They're also having the ability to vote and get a say in the future of how it evolves and develops. That all is what gets me pumped, Dad.
Yep.
For us, for our community here, and for hopefully the future of all this stuff.
Yeah. They teach us control and centralization from early age. That's what school's all about.
Oh yeah.
Get in line, listen to what the teacher says, memorize this. Don't think outside the box, memorize this. And deep thinkers. I tell this story a lot, and it's so true. I was the world's worst student. I mean, honestly, in second grade, I just didn't give a damn. And there was, I wasn't like a hyperactive kid or anything like that. I was just a kid that said, I don't think so. Pretty much checking out, done. But I had
this blue's tasting pretty good right now. I'm good on whatever you're selling, dude.
But I had a I don't get too deep into this, but I died as a kid, and I was dead for quite a while, actually. And I didn't have like the deep end of the pool near death experience. Although I did, I remember a really nice warm place. Was about all I remember. And I was in a tub full of ice. So that was kind of interesting. But I'll never forget, everybody from that day on sort of looked at me differently. My brothers and sisters, my parents, everybody looked at me like, yeah, you're not the same dude. You were that guy, and then now you're this guy. And I was just like, well, I don't know what the hell you guys are talking about. Because to me, I was me, right? You're just a kid. You don't know any different.
Yeah.
But it was profound in my life for sure. But the reason why I'm saying that is because that was in the summertime. And when I went back to school, I was just like, this is utter nonsense. I'm absolutely not listening to any of this garbage. And I'm done here. Like, they actually were trying to, I know how to read and write and everything. And everybody was like, I don't think he knows how to read. I don't think he can spell. Well, I can't spell to this day, but he's like, I don't think he's very smart, and they would send me to it was funny, I was sitting back laughing going, I'm happiest I've ever been in my whole life. And everybody thinks I'm the problem. And it was just it was weird.
And it's all inside your head, right? Everybody, it's like you're humming along inside your brain. And you're like, man, I'm looking deep. I'm looking deeply into life here.
Yeah.
I'm really. It didn't in school. It didn't hit me till college, Dad, because not all that, but I knew how much they were grooming us, and I knew the kind of robots they were trying to turn us into, and I had learned enough from you and a few others, to really think for yourself and to try to think for others, and to try to be open-minded,
critical thinking
critically on some things. And it was I had a history teacher in college, and Mark Weber, and he gave us this history book. The history books that kids grow up with in the United States, you guys, are just absolute garbage. I mean,
complete garbage.
I've read a ton of history books. There's great ones out there.
Yeah.
Garbage. And yet again, we get this, book that we got to read out of for the semester. And my teacher just sets it down. And he's like, guys, I'm sorry, this is crap. Okay, this is crap.
Yeah, we're not doing this.
And we had a day, Dad, where I think I've told you the story, where he brought in all of his favorite history books of all time. Like he had biographies there of certain presidents. He had different countries. You know, he had the expanse, and he just put those on the board. And he's like, if you guys are really interested in this, then you'll look into all this for yourself. And this is the best wisdom I've read in all my years of collegiate learning how to be a teacher and a historian that I can give to you.
Very cool.
And I hope that I can do that in my life, and the things that, you know, as we go down the path with this, with blockchain and I really want to do it for the channel with kind of, you know, law of attraction and bringing a lot of positivity into all of your lives. I think that's always been my gift as a person. I could sit here and talk to you about it for 10 hours today. You know, like that's the kind of stuff. It's like, I want to keep bringing the gold nuggets. And I feel that in my personal life too now, more than ever. It's like,
agreed.
So I want to, sorry to jump in there, Dad, but like, I'm really, I'm really happy for that change in you, because you've been a different cat since I've known you, compared to other adults, compared to other people, and like in a really good way, you know, in a really good way. You were intentionally a different kind of parent with me than your parents were with you.
Yeah, intentionally.
And it showed, you know, it just, my dad was such a loving parent, you guys. You know, he hugged me and kissed me and was honest to me. And he taught me how to drive when I was 12, you know, and it's the first person I ever had a beer with, and, you know, all that stuff.
Yeah. The important things in life.
Yeah. And it's just like, that's the kind of stuff, you know, I want to keep doing in life, Dad.
Yeah.
The gold nugget stuff.
It's, you know, going back to what you were saying about history, I think the most important thing to do, and I really like to use this in particular with the New Testament, but I like to read what he said. Like if I want to hear about what, I know this is kind of an odd combination, but Abraham Lincoln, JFK, Putin, you know, I want to hear what he said. I want to hear what he wrote down. I don't want to hear somebody tell me what they said or what they thought he said. And when you can find those bits of history, then you can really learn about who you're talking about. Because there's too many people telling you that they know who somebody is by what somebody told them they are. And it just doesn't hold water. I got into it with somebody this morning in the chat on my video. Somebody said, oh, well, wow, you like Jimmy Valley? Oh, I have to question your sanity. And I'm just like, well, you know, okay, I'm cool with that. You can question anything you want about me. But
how could you not like Jimmy Valley?
Well, I mean, he came out with a bunch of reports that, you know, are kind of astronomical. And then he also, you know, he's put it out there and he believes in this stuff. So that's,
he's worked on it for a very long time.
Right. And
more than we all have.
Yeah. But if you talk to him as long as I have, and you know him as well as I do, and I don't know him all that long, but I don't need to talk to somebody any more than an hour on the subjects that he and I have talked about to know where somebody's soul is. And that guy has one. You know, the
videos you guys are talking about doing are about this, or about life. Right.
Yeah. And it's so fun that when I talk to somebody that everybody kind of in my group knows me as a crypto guy. Right. But like when I get to talk to Jimmy, he and I don't even talk about crypto. We talk about life, and we talk about, you know, our consciousness, and we talk about our souls, and we talk about, you know, religion and beliefs and the belief in our fellow man. And those conversations to me are like deeper than crypto, like
Yeah.
obviously, but
It encapsulates crypto.
it does, yeah. And what we want to see happen for mankind. So it's kind of disheartening when people make a judgment as to who somebody is because they saw a YouTube video he did or something, like, yeah,
Sure.
it's tough, but I get it. I get it. Cause some people get a vibe about people and they're like, I don't like that guy, whatever the reason might be. I don't like that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah.
Totally.
Cause I know a good friend of a friend of mine, he's like, yeah, I don't like Zach. And I'm like, well, okay, you don't have to like Zach. I mean, okay, cool. Well, I don't want to offend you. I'm like, you're not offending me. Why would you offend me?
Yeah.
You just told me you don't like him. You
Mhm.
didn't say I shouldn't like him. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not going to stop liking Zach.
No.
Yeah.
He's his deal.
Do your thing, man.
That's right.
Do you.
Do you. Wow. What do you got for us, Brent? You had a couple of really cool questions the other night you were going to lay on us, and we never got to them.
Nice. We got some folks here. Well, let's go, crew. Yeah, let's go deep. That was a good one.
Outdoor boys in the house. Yeah. They're right down the hill from me.
Oh, you've told me about them.
Yeah.
Do you have a morning or evening ritual that has added value to your week, Dad?
A morning or evening ritual?
Yeah, that you would say has really added energy or time or value to your life. That you can
every morning when I wake up, the very first thing I think of is appreciation. And it's been with me for a long time now, and it's completely changed my life. Many people on this channel already kind of have a sense of who I am, but I wasn't this guy always, and it's been a great progression of my life. So I attribute it to many different things, not just one thing. But one of my favorite things is when I wake up, I appreciate all things. And when I mean all things, I mean literally everything, like all of it. The stars, the universe, the planet, the sun, the animals, all of it. Okay. And it gives me this broad base of well-being that I can then go more specific as my day goes on, That's about it. And kind of the same thing when I go to bed. Yeah. But
my favorite quote on that, it's on my daily cards that I read it every day. Appreciation and love are identical vibrations.
Yes, they are.
Yeah.
And appreciation is in a lot of ways more meaningful for me because people throw the love word around all the time.
Yeah.
And it means different things to different people.
Yeah. So. And grateful and appreciation and, they all,
Yeah. All those are really good. That's good stuff. You don't have any rituals?
Oh, I had one. Well, this is the one I wanted to speak on, that watching kind of patterns in my life. And I speak a lot about momentum. And when I'm really humming along, and I'm really humming along right now because I'm working my butt off on my job over there. And then I'm sad and tired because I'm not spending more time here with all of you. Thank God Dad is just crushing it. Like but it's like, okay, expand the mind. Brent, you can do all of it. You can do all of it.
Yeah.
And you say that, and you're like, okay, but you got to start doing it, right? And the times that I get momentum going in my life, and I start really doing it, and really start like, it all just starts clicking. I've noticed it was the times in my life where I was reading the most.
Yeah.
I write a lot, so I throw that in there, but reading, like when I just reading a book, something you're interested in, nonfiction, fiction, crypto, life, any of it, something that you want to learn, something that you feel like is going to help you expand. So reading,
Yeah.
and then anytime I exercise, I just started going back to the gym, even though I have a very physical job, and put my music in, and and that ritual of like, it's gotten me up earlier, so I'm going to bed earlier. That is a huge pattern in my life that has stalled my energy. Like, total night owl. 10 p.m. You catch me at 10 p.m. I'll talk to you, all night.
Yeah.
But now I'm getting up at like 7 again. Not saying that that's the way to do it, but
Yeah.
it builds that momentum, and then all of a sudden the habits just start going, and my mind is expanding because I'm thinking about these books I'm reading, and I'm watching these amazing YouTube videos that our community's creating, and reading the comments that you guys write to us. I did that 2 days ago, and if it's ever super lovey-dovey and it's spelled correctly, it's coming from me. If it's ever super lovey-dovey and it's spelled a little like lowercase, it's from Dad.
Yeah.
But it's just like,
if it's spelled incorrectly, that would be me.
Yeah. And so like, just being present, and giving yourself some time to do things, and not, like turning off the TV's huge. The idiot box. Like, I turn this box on instead, but this is a creative outlet where we can share, and it does feel 1,000 times more vulnerable and connective. And the people that we've come across now, and the people that have really reached out to my dad, like thank you, everybody. I say that a lot too, from the bottom of my heart. Like, thank you for what we have here, because it is the dream. The dream ended up being the community that we have.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're not making a fortune doing this. That's for sure.
No,
but we're not.
But we're having a lot of fun.
It's passion.
It's passion, and it's like-minded group of people who want to see a better planet, want to see a better world, and we know how to do it. And it's really good. And it's really important to me to make sure that everybody gets the best of what they want. And for some reason, we've spent 100 or 200 years taking that from people. And I think it's time that we get all that back, and everybody should get their time in their life back. They should get their value back, and they should get their lives back, and their lives back with their friends and families. And I think that's coming. And that's one of the positives of AI for me, is I think it's going to afford people more time. So
I agree with you, Dad. It'll open more of those doors.
Yep. Yeah.
For that kind of efficiency that we can't even foresee.
Yeah. It's so good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good call.
Outdoor boys. Yeah, man. We should go fishing one day.
Nice.
I would love that. He lives right down the hill from me here, and it's like, I haven't gone fishing in a long time, but I love fishing. I used to fish every day of my life, as Brent knows.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a fishing guide for many years, and saltwater and fresh in the Sierra Mountains and in Mexico. I've fished the Caribbean, I fished Alaska, I fished a lot of different places, but it's really something I'd like to do again more, and it's on my bucket list to get back into it more. Yep, for sure. I saw they were all chatting about fishing, so
I texted my dad this morning about creating a surfing video. It'd probably limit the viewers on that one, but
yeah.
I was just sitting out with my friends I live here on the central coast of California, and it was just unbelievably beautiful yesterday, and it reminded me of all my days surfing with my dad and on my own, and all the stories that he and I both have of it.
Yeah, it's fun.
I've even accrued crazy surfing stories, and I've surfed San Francisco to Mexico, Florida if I could, but you can't really. So yeah, it's just those little things, they pop up. Like, I would love to go fishing with you guys, you and the outdoor boys, Dad.
Yeah, right. Wouldn't that be fun?
That'd be cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it's good. It's good stuff. Now I'm reading the chat, but
Nice. Yeah, I was too.
yeah.
Okay, question.
Marvin went fishing. Actually, I got to get going now that I think about it. I was like, hey, wait a minute. What time is it?
Yeah.
Like,
everybody else too, probably. We kept it over 2 hours.
I shot a video that I haven't posted yet this morning. That's going to be pretty good.
Nice.
Yeah, and then I got the one about the broker. Everyone's like, hey, I want to hear the end of that story. Like, yeah, it's a good story. I was telling everybody at dinner last night, and they were all like, wow, that's cool. So, yeah, look forward to that one coming up. Also, gosh, I wanted to talk about this. There's a group of people who are trying to put together a party. And I was like, look, hang on, guys, just back off just a bit. Because everybody's like wanting it to happen tomorrow. And it's like, I think we should wait for Brad, because I think Brad Garlinghouse is throwing a bash. And I heard from a little bird, pretty good source, that he's pretty dead serious about doing a big party for everybody. So why don't we kind of plan for that when he announces that time and that date? Then we can all really kind of plan around that. And what I hope to do is do like a whole week, be there for like wherever it is. And we can do our meetups, the day before, the day after, or something like that. All of us meet at a bar somewhere and have a good time. So, or wherever. And who cares where it is? Doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
Just chilling with people and hanging out. It's always good with me.
Just get us all into a room together, please.
Yeah, right.
We gotta make that happen, Dad.
Yeah. Case, thanks for swinging by. All right, we're out of here. I think we're going to leave here pretty quick, Brent. Everybody's
sounds good.
Everybody's cutting out, man. It's almost been 2.5 hours on this thing.
Yeah.
You know how it goes, right? But yeah, we got some questions in there, and it was good. And we had a rough start, so we had to make up for that somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so glad everybody got to join us. What was that, Brent?
Appreciate all of you.
Yeah. Thanks for showing up, guys. It's these live streams are so much fun, and it's always good to hang out with everybody. Thank you. Cheers to everybody out there. And with that, I'm going to call that a live stream, Brent. So everybody look for it. I've got a show or two coming out this week at the Staple Crew, and love you guys and miss you guys. We are out.
out.